Howdy y'all, Dean Stilley here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead and music news, reporting on Dead & Company's Summer Tour 2022. It's a happy Father's Day to all you Grateful Dads out there. As you know, I haven't reported on the last couple shows, pretty much because I've been busy doing father-y kind of shit. You're going to be a good dad. There's going to be plenty of times you're going to have to do what you got to do and not always what you want to do. If I always did what I wanted to do, I would have been in Boulder, but we have baseball district championships going on for my son. My daughter's playing softball. My son's travel team won the championship tonight, so that's one of those things. You win the championship and you're there for it, and you think that was well worth it. If they lost, I'd have been pissed I didn't make it to Boulder. But congrats to Giovanni's 10U travel team. They bring home the championship in a great game tonight. They win it 5-4. So anyway, nobody gives a shit about that but me and the rest of the parents that were there. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Let's talk about Boulder. Night 2. They get this thing started. China Rider. We're galloping right out of the gate. There's no canter. There's no warm-up. They're just galloping right out of the gate. This one is played strong all the way through. Once again, that transition jam. I love when John's reaching back to the intro licks throughout the transition jam. Is a good time. China Rider was fast and furious. I thought the pace was great. The music sounded like it had power right from the start. As you're doing this at altitude, you're going to need a breather, so they get the breather with Hes Gone. They play that next, and I thought Hes Gone had everything you'd hope for in that song. They didn't take too long of a breather. Brown Eyed Women up next, and they blasted that one. That was a great time. The segments throughout that were full of life and punch and fire, and I was having a great time. I was shuffling my heart out up here in the home studio, having a ball. The Foolish Heart Bust-Out's next. I'm sure a lot of you were very excited about that. I think O'Teal should have sang it. It was okay. I mean, people are probably excited because they busted something out new, but I think it was just okay. That one might need a couple walks around the block to get it just right. But there you go. If you're waiting for it, you don't have to wait anymore. Hurts Me Too up next. This is a night John's using all of his great guitar. I guess all his guitars are great, but yeah, listen, so when he's playing the Super Eagles, we got the silver one and we got the gold one. This is good stuff. These guitars sound great. Really, this year I've noticed that Silver Sky doesn't bother me as much as it used to. It used to be very fatiguing to me after a while. Something's changed about it. I don't know. Seems like it's a lot easier to listen to and it doesn't wear me out anymore. But last night was a night for the guitars he started this thing with, and I thought it sounded great. Sailor Saint up next. This is just a night with all my favorites. You get China Rider and Sailor Saint in the same set. The Sailor Saint was a masterpiece. It's really that whole segment just full of life and all kinds of introspective brilliance, and I absolutely love the jams throughout. That one ended the set on a high note. This was a good one. You kind of tell from the first note to the last. I loved it. We get the second set started. There's a Dear Mr. Fantasy again. I absolutely loved that. That one had some bounce, and I just absolutely loved it. The more that gets played, I think that's going to just get better and better. The Hey Jude jam at the end, I was in my head. I was cheering on Weir. I was hoping come on Weir, finish it. If you're new to the music, go to some of those Dear Mr. Fantasy, Hey Judes from the late 80s, early 90s. Just listen to like the Warlocks, 10-9 or something like that. You listen to Weir. He used to kill it, the jam at the end of that, and hopefully at some point maybe he'll dig into that again. Maybe that's just a thing of the past. I don't know. But anyway, Dear Mr. Fantasy, Hey Jude was fantastic. Then they dropped, there you go, Help Slip Frank. So they're relentless. This is a relentless assault on the senses with music that's sounding as powerful as it can be from the group of guys that are playing it. The Slipknot jam is one of those high-powered chaos jams at its best. It's bending and twisting, but it's not losing any momentum or power as it morphs into all the different things it becomes. that was just great. Naturally, you get the Franklins. That's a dance party. There's no happier moment in Grateful Dead land than looking at a crowd that's dancing to Franklins. That's about as happy as I can get in a musical setting, that's for sure. So I thought that was wonderful. Then we get Drums in Space up next. You get the unbelievable Milestones out of space. You get some jazz, and then I've been very critical of Watchtowers. I think most of them have sounded like absolute shit, but I gotta tell you, the Watchtower last night, I thought it had some power, and Mayer's solos were strong, and they kind of drove itself a little bit, didn't kind of just peter out and die. I thought it was really good. Going down the road feeling bad follows on the heels of that, and as we're just keeping this thing moving in a very powerful way forward, the Going Down the Road jam was so wonderful throughout. Then we get the Do. So listen, here you go. You got all my favorites in one show. You get China Rider, Sailor Saint, Help Slip Frank. So now we get the Do. This is as good as it's going to get for me personally. All my favorites packed into one show. The Do was brilliant. So We Are sung it brilliantly. Mayer just absolutely crushed it. The whole band just throwing all kinds of energy and emotion into that one, and it paid off in spades. I thought it was just incredible. One of the better Do's that I've heard from Dead & Company. And then you think, all right, well, we know what's going to happen now. They're going to encore with Saturday Night. And surprise, you get the whole Terrapin for an encore and Saturday Night to boot. And they didn't cheat the Terrapin because it was an extra one for you. An encore, they didn't cheat it, gave it the full treatment. Saturday Night follows, complete with We Are Going full false at the end of that. That is an outstanding night of music from Dead & Company. I have absolutely no complaints throughout night 2 at Boulder. I thought it was solid all the way through. I loved at the end. Everybody took a bow, and then just Bob, Billy, and Mickey, they took a bow on their own, and I thought that was wonderful. Seeing the 3 original guys take a bow on their own, and Boulder was giving them a ton of love. I mean, from the stream, you could hear there was no give up in the ovation that preceded the encore. From the end of the Do to the beginning of the encore, you could tell the whole place was giving them all the love in the world, and that was just a great experience. You could feel it from home, and so I certainly do wish I was there, but so thanks to the folks at Nugs, I was able to experience it in a high definition setting in my room that sounds great, and to me and my ears sounded wonderful. So anyway, I wanted to get something out there for you. So we'll talk to you soon. I don't know when. We still got districts going on. We got games all week. I'm busy as I could be with doing stuff with the kids, but I'm going to do my best to report when I can. In the meantime, I love you all forever, and thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.